Hey all, Heretic here, another Hearthstone Battlegrounds Player Guide, and I'm here to bring you the information you need to help you win with Dinotamer Brann. So get comfy and let's dive in. First, let's talk about the Hero Power Battleground. This costs 0 gold and reads, passive, after you buy 5 Battlecry minions, add Brann Bronzebeard to your hand once per game. Simple ability, you buy 5 Battlecry minions, you get a Brann. Pretty awesome value considering you usually don't see this tier 5 minion for a long time. Now, this is buy, not play. So, when you go to buy that 5th one, make sure you don't just play the 5th Battlecry. Hold it in your hand because then you can play the Brann and then play the Battlecry and get it. Now, I know you already knew this, but sometimes you're going fast, you don't think, so just stop for a second, play that Brann first, get the extra value. So, Brann really favors Murloc lobbies, in lobbies that have lots of tier 1 Battlecry minions. So when you're deciding to play Brann, take a look at the lobby. Is there only one Battlecry tier 1 minion? Are there 2? Are there no Murlocs? Maybe pass. Are there 2 and Murlocs? Well, maybe this is a must-do. Brann is definitely not the most powerful hero, but has a lot of high roll potential. So it's definitely worth considering in those Murloc lobbies where he truly shines the most. And your number 1 priority has to be Battlecry minions in that early game. The earlier you get Brann, the more potential your board has to really go off. You can get Brann as early as turn 4 and 5 with some decent luck. Now when it comes to tiering with Brann, I really enjoy Warrior Curve. Now the reason why this is simple, you want to get all the Battlecries you can to get your Brann out as soon as possible so you have that value. So doing Warrior Curve, you might even get your Brann if you're lucky before you have to tier up. You're just off to the races at that point because once you hit tier 3, that minion pool becomes so much better that you can get Battlecries out of. Now when it comes to the minions and the strategy I like to use when I'm playing Brann, first of all, it can work with any family of minions. Brann's ability is neutral. It doubles any Battlecries. That's always good. Anything can work. So if you find yourself playing into pirates and you're getting all the Battlecries, nothing wrong with taking Brann. You can get some crazy value there. Typically, tripling Brann is not something you want to do. It's more of a trap, especially towards the later game for your average player finding them. But if you have your Brann online early and you start tripling into an early second Brann, maybe it's time to think about it. Maybe you have time to get that golden Brann and get insane value because, hey, Battlecries tripling twice is nuts. 3 times, you are going to win the lobby pretty damn easily at that point with mediocre luck once you triple it. Now, Murlocs have the best tribe for playing Brann, and the reason for that is simple. There are simply a lot of Murloc Battlecries. There are 13 Murlocs total, minions with the Murloc tag, and 6 of them have Battlecries. So obviously there's a lot of potential there to grow your Murlocs and get good things there. But no matter what tribe you play with, I would say having a Nightmare Amalgam is a huge value because you are going to be playing tons of minions who generate extra cards. As you're getting those cards, you're going to get random buffs that, yeah, the minion might essentially be free. You play the thing, you don't care, you sell it. But what if it was applying buffs to one of the minions? Whatever you're playing. Maybe you're not playing Murlocs. Maybe you're playing Pirates. Maybe you're playing Beasts. But if you have an Amalgam sitting there in the middle soaking up these buffs, I mean, maybe you're not even going to keep it. Maybe it's just through the mid game. But it can get out of control pretty quick and give you some real value. So always consider especially an early Nightmare Amalgam because it's going to trigger a lot more extra value for you regardless of what you're playing. Now there's a lot of typical buff minions. But there are some minions of note, especially if you have that Amalgam on board. So let's take a look at those. Peggy, every single time you add a card to your hand, even if this is just a card you are cycling and doing nothing with for stats, gonna give a +1/+1 buff to another pirate, or in this case, the Amalgam. If you're playing pirates, all the better, but if you've got an Amalgam, it's gonna grow out of control very, very quickly. Primal Fin Lookout. Hey look, more Battlecries. You're running Murlocs, you have any on the board, you pop him down, he's going to pop out extra Murlocs, which are potential extra Battlecries, more value and power for you. Reef Explorer. You've got Brann. Slam it down. Basically, it's free. You have to pay 3 gold for it. It's going to give you itself to sell back to the shop, plus 2 other minions. If it gives you any other minions that cost more Battlecries or generate more cards, even more value. Same for Murazon, it pays for itself. If your opponents get cards you like, gives you more power, even better. Buy it, play it, generate 2 more cards, all set. Tavern Tempest, same deal, essentially free. If you're running into this situation where you have a Peggy, or if it's just stats being added to your board, Brann makes this work that much better. Tier 6, not so great when you're looking with Brann in the synergy because those cards are already so powerful. But if you happen to be running Caligos, you probably don't have the Brann still, but if you do, it's going to trigger extra battle cries, which will give you extra value. So Caligos gets an honorable mention. And if you're playing Murlocs, Young Murk-Eye. Yes, he doesn't have a battle cry, but at the end of your turn, he triggers a battle cry next to him, or if he's gold, his left and right. But that also interacts with Brann. So if you have a Brann on the board, it's going to trigger, and then it's going to trigger again. So super value for a Young Murk-Eye, especially if you've got a Murloc board going. When it comes to countering Brann, whatever Brann is playing, expect him to have lots of stats. The later in the game, the bigger those minions are going to get, the nastier his board's going to hit, and the more hits it's going to be able to absorb. If he triples that Brann, this board is just going to be completely bonkers and very difficult to deal with. Luckily, they don't triple them very often, but when they do, you're going to know about it. That being said, the best way to deal with a Brann board, even one that's gone completely nuts, is Manton Queens and Leroys. Leroys don't care what your stats are. They don't care if you have Divine Shield. You kill the Leroy kills you. So Leroy always works. Manton Queen, you can start getting Divine Shield poison. You can deal with those out-of-control Murlocs or just giant statted minions in general. Real quick, if you don't want to miss the next guide, please click subscribe. These guides make me a better player, and I hope you a better player. So it's a win-win for all of us, and when you run into me in the lobby, you already know what I'm going to do, so smash me with my own strategies and have a good time. Overall, Brann is a very RNG hero. It can be a ton of fun, and he also can be a disaster to play. If you get your Brann on turn 5, you're all set. If you get it on turn 9, this game's going the other way pretty fast and isn't going to be too much fun for you. But when the RNG swings your way, the game is very enjoyable. You get to have some big, nasty minions. You get to make lots of plays. You know, using these cards to generate extra cards, you're generating more of those cards. If you triple the Brann, you're generating a ton of cards, and you have to play as quickly and accurately as you can, because you don't want to screw up those plays, because you've got so many to do. You easily can get a Brann going for an APM style build without even doing pirates, just because you keep hitting cards that generate more cards, and those cards generate more cards, and you just have this cycle that goes completely out of control and can be a lot of fun. When Murlocs are in, Brann is at his best. You can do very well with a Menagerie build. You certainly can have an entire board of out-of-control stats, but there's something about the Murlocs, getting them all poison and giant stats, that's just disgusting. Brann is one of those polarizing heroes. Either you love him or you don't, but he is kind of lobby-specific when you do want to play. Stay tuned. I have more guides in the way. I hope you learned a few things today and had a good time. No, I did. Bye.